Special guest in studios. And Peter's in two different studios at the same time. He's at 103.7 The Fox and 98.7 Kiss Country. Jay Brooks, and down below there is Harry O.
So yeah, I'm doing my little patriotic thing, getting ready for the weekend. My red, white, and blue Kiss hat.
Yeah.
They did a big thing for. They did a tour for the
Soldiers.
Soldiers, yeah. It was for the wounded soldiers. There was a wounded. I can't remember the exact title of it. Maybe Peter, you would. But
no, I know what you're talking about. But
they were given to every show that they did on a whole tour. So
yeah.
And by the way, speaking of that, thank you for your service, Peter Bieber.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
How long have you been? How long have you been?
I was in Iowa National Guard for 22 and a half years and deployed to Iraq twice.
Okay.
Bunch of statewide activations over the years for flood duties and storms and everything. So,
and you have been a very active veteran as well since you've been back. And
I try to be. Yeah, there's a lot of issues and stuff that I'm pretty passionate about when it comes to veterans, and just being a member of the the Honor Guard here at our local Post 101. It's a great way for me to pay tribute to veterans. At their one last measure of devotion, I guess you could call it. Giving them a good send off at their funeral and providing the honors that they deserve.
With coming up on 4th of July weekend, I mean, how do you guys celebrate any different than we would? That we do?
No, not a whole lot. I think Sunday night I'll be part of the Honor Guard out at the fairgrounds for the event there, and then a lot of times my wife and kids and I'll take in the fireworks with some friends of ours over in Clear Lake.
Okay.
On the 4th. So,
what goes through your mind?
On the 4th of July?
When you see the parade and when you see the colors, when you see the fireworks, when you hear patriotic.
It took me a long time to get used to fireworks again, but I've always been kind of a fan of them and stuff. And it just like any other patriotic holiday, you have a lot of pride in your country and in the service and the people that you served with, and brings back an awful lot of memories. I think probably over 22 and a half years that I was in the National Guard, the biggest thing that you take away from it is the people that you served with, the people that you met because of that. And there's an awful lot of people that I met through there that are like family to me,
Yeah.
Very, very close.
Yeah. So we've got I guess you guys have organized a thing called the North Iowa and Southern Minnesota Veterans Stand Down.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about that.
What Stand Down is, in traditional terms, is an opportunity for soldiers who are fighting in battle to come off the front lines, have the opportunity to have some rest, relaxation, get cleaned up, get some good food. And it's basically just a break from the fighting. And so they called that a stand down. And so what our stand down is and what it's come to symbolize over the years, it was started back in 1989 by a gentleman in Southern California, Dr. John Natchison, who's a clinical psychologist who is himself a Vietnam veteran. And they started to notice in the 1980s that veterans were entering the ranks of the homeless at almost alarming numbers. And so what he wanted to do was to bring as many resources together in one place at one time to provide the most amount of services and benefits for veterans. And so they organized at a big high school down there. They put up military tents and they basically made a military camp. And they would get anywhere from 800 to 1,000 homeless veterans in the San Diego area. Of course, San Diego is a very military town with the Navy, Marines, Army in California as well. So they've got a huge veteran population in that area. And so they put this stand down together to help veterans that were facing, dealing with homelessness, food insecurity, clothing insecurity, financial insecurity, and basically bring employers in for a job fair. And it's kind of a one-stop shop where veterans can show up. We identify what it is that they're struggling with or what their main needs are. And we try to direct them to the resources that can help them with that. And so that's what we're doing on September 24th in bringing in a lot of our partner agencies throughout North Iowa, Southern Minnesota to help the veterans in our area who are struggling with some of those very same things.
Yeah, I don't think people realize when you stop and think about it how many veterans are homeless and have troubles just living day to day, whether it's food, bills, whatever it is, each and every day. But I mean, they're humans, for gosh sakes. Yes, they're veterans, but they're humans. So understand that if we, gee, they gave their life for our country, we should be able to do something for them. And 60 Minutes, you showed me, Peter, before we even started talking about this here a month ago. They actually did a piece on this.
Yeah.
It'll really open up your eyes. And if people want to go to YouTube, just look up 60 Minutes, and then what was it titled?
Stand Down 60 Minutes. If you look that up on YouTube, you'll go right to the video.
And that was done in California, obviously in a much bigger scale, but
Right.
I know some very very happy veterans that whoever ran that, was doing a great thing. And so you're trying to do that here.
We are.
It's coming up in September 24th. Mark it down. It's the North Iowa, Southern Minnesota Veteran Stand Down. And it's going to be at the North Iowa Event Center. Can you talk about a little? I know you're still putting stuff together, but what? Maybe talk about that.
We've got the All Seasons building out there, so we've got 26,000 square feet of space to play with, and so we'll have an opportunity to bring in different employers for a job fair that's being sponsored by North Iowa Mason City Workforce Development Office. So if any employers are interested in hiring veterans and want to be a part of our job fair, they can go to our Facebook page and send us a message. We'd love to have veteran-friendly employers. We've got quite a number of them lined up already. So we should have a pretty solid job fair out there and some opportunities. Some of the veterans may show up just looking for a job or something like that. But we also have quite a few partner agencies that are going to be there to help us out with any veterans that are looking at housing insecurity, food insecurity, clothing insecurity. We're looking at putting on a clothing drive here in the next few months, leading up to the event.
A lot of different booths out there then.
Yeah. And there's no cost to anybody that wants to come out there and participate. If you've got a program or anything that you can benefit veterans and you want to be a part of it, let us know. We'd love to have you out there.
Yeah. It's again, it's free. Make sure
There's absolutely no cost to the veterans whatsoever. So whatever's provided that day is absolutely no cost to the veterans. But we'll have the folks from our local Mason City VA clinic, providing some medical services, some screenings, possibly some vaccinations and other things. We've got a number of counselors that are going to be on hand that day. So if veterans are struggling with anything from, mental health or substance abuse, alcohol abuse, or anything like that, we're going to have folks out there that day that can.
That's really cool.
Direct them to those things.
Now, is this open to the public too, or is this just strictly for military?
This year, we're primarily focusing just on veterans.
Okay.
But if veterans' family members will certainly be welcome as well. So as far as the clothing drive and the job fair and things like that. So the Vietnam Vets of America are providing our meal that day. They've been huge as far as helping us get off the ground with this. The Marine Corps League also has quite a few things that they're wanting to provide for veterans that day as well. So everybody that has heard about this event, and wants to be a part of it, the response that we're getting, just the idea of doing something like this is pretty special.
And again, it's scrolling at for you watching, you can just go to the Facebook page, North Iowa and Southern Minnesota Veteran Stand Down. Or for those listening right now, that's what you can do. Just go to Facebook and look up that North Iowa and Southern Minnesota Veteran Stand Down is what it's called. When we were first talking about this, you have no idea how many are going to be showing up. We hope that it's a draw from really a lot of areas around North Iowa and Southern Minnesota. Are there other ones like this? This is the first one that you're doing. Have they been done before in Minnesota and in Iowa?
Yeah, I believe Mankato has an event that they do just about every year.
Okay.
And we have the folks from Des Moines who are kind of giving us a hand with getting ours off the ground as well.
Very good.
So they've been very, very good about, anytime I have a question or anything like that, answering
Sure.
any questions we have. Paulette Anderson and Dave Rowell are the ones that are the coordinators for Stand Down in Des Moines. They get between 300 to 400 veterans. But Waterloo has done one over the years. There's one in Sioux City, Mankato, Rochester. So we've kind of got this area in North Iowa and Southern Minnesota here that's
Yeah.
a little bit geographically isolated, I guess, from some of those other centers. Plus, we're working on a transportation plan to get two of our board members, Todd and Adam, are working on getting that transportation plan put together so that they're really, if a veteran wants to, come to the event, we're going to do everything we can to get them there.
Now, this just isn't just for, it's for the military, for the veterans, but if they're not homeless, things like that, they can still show up and support everybody else.
Yeah. Some folks may just show up that day to, be there for the job fair, and we'll have a screening process that, kind of what we call an intake or in processing is kind of a military term that, veterans will understand. So they'll come through and we'll talk to them. We'll fill out some paperwork, and basically try and identify what their most pressing needs are and what they want to get out of the event that day. And then once we have that, we'll pair them up with some folks who can guide them through the event if they need the assistance, and direct them to the agency and say, hey, you need help with housing. We've got these folks over here that can help you with that. You're looking for a job or career counseling. Some veterans may come out of the military and may have difficulty translating their military skills into a civilian occupation. So we're going to have folks on hand that day that will be able to, help them with that, guide them towards, training and vocational rehab opportunities. So we're really going to have a great wealth of folks out there that day that can help them out. Some terrific community partners and people that are going to be a part of the event that day that have really reached out and really embraced the idea of doing the Stand Down.
We're talking with Peter Bieber. He's a veteran and has been part of the local 1133rd Transportation Company and has worn a lot of hats in here. We're going to be talking to you, Peter, I know a few more times here because we're going to be both 98.7 Kiss Country and the Fox are both going to be helping sponsor this whole event. At this point, since we're just in the beginning here, what are your needs? I know you have different people, different companies helping out with a lot of different things, but what are you in need of now other than people to show up that September 24th?
Yeah. Well, we've got a fundraiser coming up on July 30th. That's going to be hosted by Mason City Harley Davidson. That'll be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. that day. So we invite folks to come down for that, find out a little bit more about what Stand Down is all about, meet some of our board members and volunteers, and we'll have some a video playing, kind of showing people what Stand Down is all about and having some information to hand out. So we're looking forward to that. We'll also be having another one in August, so there'll be more information coming out about that. So right now, we're just kind of in the organizational phase. So if, somebody's been a part of a nonprofit organization before, and you're looking for a new opportunity to volunteer, hit us up. We're always looking for talent and for people with knowledge. And
so volunteers in general?
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Pretty much. So
they can just message you on the Facebook page?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. They can message us on the Facebook page or by email at operationgoldenhawk@gmail.com.
Oh, great. Well, that's an easy one.
Yeah.
operationgoldenhawk@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's kind of our I guess unofficial title, but that's what we call the event is Operation Golden Hawk, sure. Golden Gopher, Iowa Hawkeyes. So we kind of brought the two together. So
yeah. Okay.
People would be sporting their favorite college team.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we need to get all the Iowa people wear their some sort of Hawkeye gear, and Minnesota wear their Gopher gear. And maybe, you know what? I found out though, Peter, that a lot of people that live in Minnesota are actually Hawkeye fans.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a few Gopher fans in Iowa too.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Yeah.
Now, what do we just hear? We got a couple new teams now. What, USC and
Yeah.
UCLA joining us now.
Yeah. Wow.
Man, it's like the Big 20.
Yeah.
I think that'll put them up to 16. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
They have to up their number.
yeah, they will.
Is there
Call it
anything
the
else?
Sweet 16. There we go. Oh,
The
that's
Sweet
been
16,
done.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's
Is there
probably
any-
Mark.
Anything else, Peter, that you want to get out there here in this early time of putting this together?
No, we just invite people to check out our Facebook page. We're going to be putting more and more content on there all the time, and
Okay.
telling people what we need and what we need in the way of food items, clothing items, anything like that. If people want to volunteer and say, hey, you want to be part of this, let us know.
And again, that is North Iowa, Southern Minnesota Veterans Stand Down for those of you listening
Yep.
that want to know what their Facebook page is. So
Yeah.
find it, like it, and then message them if there's anything you can do to help out. And yeah, Peter, we're going to be talking to you probably in another month here towards the end of July, and we'll find out even more then, and we can tell people more about it. September 24th, get it on your calendar.
Looking forward to it.
All right.
Peter, thank you again for stopping in. Thank you again for your service.
Appreciate that. Thank you guys for hosting us and partnering with us.
And have a happy 4th of July.
You too.
Hey, I got something crazy here to throw at you. Did you guys know the use of fireworks goes all the way back to 1777?
Huh.
Right after the Declaration of Independence was signed, 1776.
Well, it was a year after that, but I wonder what they had for fireworks back then. I bet they lit an axe on fire
I don't know.
and threw it. Yeah. And also something else I didn't know: the Philippines celebrate July 4th. I did not know that.
Huh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
And I think we're one of the few countries that actually celebrate a birthday.
Well, yeah. Other than, I guess, I don't know what the Philippines celebrate today, or July 4th, but they celebrate too. So how about that? Well, thank you, Peter, so very much. And happy birthday, America. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk soon.
Have fun and be safe.